What's going on YouTube? It's Downy Jars and I am back here with another video. And today I just kind of wanted to ramble about something that I'm sure you have an opinion on, a lot of people have opinions on, but that's the state of Call of Duty and how it's been, I would say, post maybe the jetpack era. Although I really did like Call of Duty World War II, which might be an unpopular opinion, but I thought that was one of the best CODs of the relatively new CODs after they had the big summer update that fixed everything. But anyways, I wanted to talk about how Call of Duty is quite different, and I don't think we'll ever get that same Call of Duty feel that we had from the original Call of Duties like COD 4, World at War. Jesus Christ, my cat just jumped on my desk. Well, anyways, that just happened. I'm going to keep that in because that was pretty funny. I wish I got it on video. But yeah, so I started playing Call of Duty. My first COD was Call of Duty World at War, and then I got really into it with Modern Warfare 2. That's where I started playing with all my friends back in the day. And now I'm in my late 20s and no one to play with online because everyone's got their own lives, so this is how it goes. What I wanted to explore is if nostalgia really makes us think of those CODs as really that much better than the current Call of Duties. And, you know, as I kind of get into the newer Call of Duties like Black Ops 6, the gameplay just feels so smooth. Everything else about it, skill-based matchmaking, all the microtransactions and cosmetics, that stuff I could do without. But the gameplay, when I go back to the old CODs like Black Ops, as you've seen in some of my earlier videos, it just feels so slow and methodical, which I thought would be something that I prefer. But going back and forth, I really do like the newer Call of Duties when it comes to gameplay, and at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. And when you think about nostalgia, I imagine you think back when you think about maybe Black Ops, the original Black Ops, you think back and in your memories of having such a great time in the game, you're only thinking about playing on those great maps like Summit, Firing Range, Nuketown. You don't really think about those shitty maps that you probably forgot about. And going back and playing it recently, I'm realizing that there were a lot of maps that are just not enjoyable to play. They get vote skipped all the time. People leave the lobby when the game starts. And I really think that nostalgia kind of blurs the past a little bit and makes all the good stuff stand out. And the large amount of not so great stuff you kind of forget about. And that's just the nature of nostalgia. If you go back and think about your childhood, not everyone or most people, there's bad things and there's good things in growing up. And when you think back on stuff, you probably only really think about the good stuff, which, I don't blame you. That's just how it works. Like when I think back on, middle school age, I think about all the great times I had with my friends, riding our bikes around town, causing mischief, having fun at sleepovers, all that. But I don't really think about being in class, bored out of my mind, which I absolutely hated back then. So I think that translates over to Call of Duty. I know it's not that deep, it's just Call of Duty, but the games were great back then, but I don't think the new games are as bad as people portray them to be. I know that Activision, EA, all, not just Call of Duty, but the microtransaction issue is huge. And it's scary, and it's the kids that are growing up playing these newer Call of Duties have no idea how much they're being taken advantage of for their money. But the game itself, it's good. And I'm not saying, obviously, that the older Call of Duties were bad, because I still love them. They're still great. But if you play, let's say you go back, play Modern Warfare 2 for a couple hours, and then switch over to Black Ops 6, it's just night and day how smooth it feels, how quick the mechanics are, the movement feels great. It's on another level, and I think when people talk Call of Duty, they often forget how far the gameplay itself has come. Now, the map design, that's another story. Some of the new maps are just god-awful, but that's always been a Call of Duty theme. There's always been really shitty maps. It's just that now there's none of those really memorable maps like Terminal, High Rise, Firing Range. They just remake those maps and kind of put shitty effort into the newer maps. None of them stand out like the old ones. Although I will say, the replay value in some of these newer Call of Duties is just not there. I have no desire to reinstall the, it was a 2021 or 2022 version of Modern Warfare 2. I have no desire to reinstall Call of Duty Vanguard. I mean, that was probably the worst Call of Duty ever in my opinion. But I just bought, Black Ops 1. I just bought Modern Warfare 2. I just bought World at War. And I don't think 10 years from now, if I'm still gaming, I don't know. But 10 years from now, I don't think I'm going to be reinstalling Black Ops 6. So there's got to be something about that too. But yeah, just a quick little ramble on my end. Didn't really know where this was going to go, but I've always had these thoughts about Call of Duty, and as I'm getting older, I don't really play as much as I used to, so thought I would just get this out there. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have an opinion on this. I'm sure a lot of you guys disagree with what I'm saying and absolutely despise the gameplay of the newer Call of Duties, but if you do, let me know in the comments. Love a discussion on this. But yeah, that's it for me. See you guys on the next one.